We are on the Country versus Metal podcast with Drew Cooper. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well. Glad to get to sit down and talk to you.
Yeah. How's the East Coast weather treating you?
It's it's about mid 80s, I'd say.
Yeah. A
I
lot of rain right now. We'd give it
nah,
anything for rain out here.
it rained earlier today. Nothing big though, but yeah, my car doesn't have air conditioning, so when it rains, I have to
Ugh,
keep the windows up, and it's been terrible.
I bet, man. We just came back from a tour, and about I don't know. We were driving through Colorado into New Mexico, and the AC on the van decided to get spotty, and it was about 105 outside. So you'd be going along, and you'd have perfect AC, ice cold, and then you go up a hill, and you'd have nothing.
Hmm.
Now that little border space is nothing but hills. So you got four dudes who just played their last show of being out for 30 days in a really hot van. It was an experience.
Yeah, it sounds terrible. I bought a
That's
bunch
the
of
best way.
rechargeable fans. It just blows hot air all over me. It's like it's just terrible.
It's better than no air though.
Yeah, I just I just feel bad for my dog. I'm like, come on,
Oh yeah,
hold it together, bud. We're doing this together. But
we'll make it. We'll make it.
yeah, but I can't really complain. Down in Arizona, they always uh, I've known a couple people from there, and they'll tell me how hot it is, and they're like, "But it's a dry heat." I'm like, "No, it's still hot. It's
Yeah,
hot."
we like to say that to make everyone else feel better. That's us being charitable to the heat process. But we came through. We played in San Diego this past Saturday, and on our way home we stopped in Yuma to get fuel because we didn't want to fill up in California because diesel in California is almost $7. And so we stopped in Yuma, and it was blowing. The wind was blowing. It looked nice outside of the truck, and we got out, and it was 120 with 20-mile-an-hour wind. It's just you're just standing in a dryer, like a blow dryer at that point. And dry heat, humid, it doesn't matter. It's 120. It's not fun. We were not meant to live out this far west in this kind of heat. Like I don't know, like I feel bad complaining because there are people who did that without air conditioning. There's still people who do it without air conditioning. They do it
Right.
with swamp coolers. I mean, I'm a big dude. I'm like 6'5", a little over 300 pounds. Like it doesn't take long for me to get warm. I was built for the winter, right? And I never figured out why I love Arizona so much, being that I'm built for the winter. But here I am.
6'5". It's funny is I'm only 6'1", and I've had a lot of people come up to me and be like, "Wow, I didn't realize you were so tall." And I meet other people like Justin Ross. I don't know if you know who he is. He's like super tall. It's amazing how you just don't know from looking, because if you're that tall and you do like a band picture, like there has to, do they have to like adjust where you're standing, where you're
Oh
at?
yeah, I always stand like a foot and a half back from my guys. It's otherwise it looks like I'm talking to the Lollipop Guild. Like I'm a foot and a half behind my guys most of the time, and not that they're short; they're average height dudes. Um, but it's not just the height. I bring a lot of mass. Like I'm broad, um, so I take up a lot of the frame. Like my wife's 6 foot tall, and she looks really tiny next to me. She is tiny, but she looks really tiny next to me, and I have some friends that are like, "Oh, I always love taking pictures with you because I look so small." I'm like, "You're welcome." That's my goal in life, is to make people feel good. Heck, we just played that show in San Diego. We played with BJ Barham, and someone was taking a picture with him, and the sun was coming in at a weird angle, And I'm just like, I know what my job is right now. My job is to block out the sun. And I moved over and I blocked out the sun for the picture. And, you know, I'm always here to help. Always here to do the good work. So, yeah. So, I mean, and for me, when I run it, I guess it's the same way. When I run into someone who's like 6'7", I'm like, wow, you're huge. And they're like, thanks. And I know how that feels. Like, they don't want to hear they're huge. They know they're taller than everybody else. Just be like, hey, man, how are you? Nice to look up to somebody.
Right? The tallest person I ever hung out, he was 7'2".
Oh, geez.
And like we were up in New York City and he barely fit into the subway. He had to like duck down for the signs and people were just stopping and just taking pictures of him going, whoa. And I'm like, dude, does this happen everywhere you go? He's like, in the city? Absolutely. I'm like, man, it's got to get tiresome after a while.
I mean, if I could tell you stories about me getting on an airplane and the look of fear in people's faces when they think I might be the guy sitting next to them, because my shoulders take up probably 6 inches of each seat next to me. You know, like the look of fear on these people, like, oh my God, he's not going to sit next to us. Oh, I hope he doesn't sit next to me. I'm like, I'm a nice person. I shower. I'm just a little bit bigger than everybody else. And by a little bit, like twice as big as everybody else.
That's funny. Oh, man.
Just the sadness of the people when I go, yeah, that's my seat. Okay. That's why I love Southwest when they did open seating. I just go straight to the back. Get the very last aisle seat on either side. Very last row aisle seat. And then it was everyone else's decision. And I could lean and get out of the way. But yeah. And that's my TED Talk right there.
Right there.
When you're big
guy problems.
Right in the back of the plane.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's the lost. I can't think of any other airline that has just, sit wherever you want, which is a good thing. And man, when people were like traveling with kids, I'm like, why would you go to Southwest if you wanted to sit together, like, or board early,
Yeah. Oh, absolutely board early.
Anybody have any illness? Yeah, I have IBS.
Yeah. Every day of my life, pal.
Right.
You want me to prove it? I'll prove it for you.
Exactly. So everyone says that. Well,
follow me. I got some proof. No, I would always pay for the like the A1 through 5 because I got a guitar, so I want to be the first person on, so they can't make me check it. So I'd always do that, and then now they got regular seats. It's just a memory. It's just a memory.
It's gone. Now with guitars, because I know Buckethead, he's a big dude, and he plays like longer scale guitars because he's big. Is that a thing you worry about?
No, so like I play jumbo dreadnoughts.
Oh, that's
acoustics.
Good.
Yeah, but they look like really tiny guitars on me, and then I'll give them to somebody else to play. They're like, "This thing's huge." I'm like, "Well, it's a big guitar. I don't know what to tell you." But I actually spent a couple of years ago, one of the best purchases I ever made was I went and spent the money on the SKB, like hard travel, pressurized travel cases, and I've, has the security locks on it, so if they want to get in and look at it, they can. They're not breaking locks, they're not popping anything, and they were super expensive, and I was 100% okay with it the day I did it, just because I knew my guitars were going to be safe. I lost one on years ago, had a neck broken on a guitar, flying American, thanks American, and it was not a good feeling,
That's terrible.
Yeah, it is the worst feeling to get off a plane and go get your guitar and be excited to go to your gig, and then open the case up and it's 2 pieces instead of 1. So
yeah, and I hear American. Anytime I really hear a story about that, they seem to be the common denominator.
I think they've all done it. I
Yeah.
just think that a lot of musicians fly American because it's fairly affordable. So if you got more musicians on American, you're going to have more of those problems. You know?
Yeah. And the people I talk to, it's one of the hubs down in Texas.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. If you're going to DFW, you're flying American. So
Definitely. That's what I flew. I'm pretty sure I flew. I don't know. I can't remember. I normally just go on a site and whatever's cheapest and nonstop.
that's how I am. Nonstop. And can I get a seat where my knees aren't in the seat in front of me? Those are my criteria. So
Yeah. Oh man, I wanted to ask with your music, what are your influences? Like, do you have like a top three?
yeah, a top three. I do have a top three, and they're all very kind of different and yet the same. Um, Bruce Springsteen. I grew up in the Midwest originally for the longest time, and my aunt turned me on to Bruce Springsteen as a kid, and I would just sit in her basement and listen to all of his records on repeat. And I'd lay down next to the speaker with the speakers on as it can go, just trying to soak it in. Um, I just like how he writes. It's very simple. He's not trying to oversell his story, but you always get more. The words offer more than what they are. He paints pictures opposed to, um, dictating a novel. He paints the novel. You can figure out what the words are on your own. And then Garth Brooks. I was a kid of the '90s, late '80s and '90s, and Garth was everywhere, and he put on a hell of a show. And um, man, I couldn't get enough of it. My parents divorced when I was a kid. I used to travel from Springfield to a town called Beardstown, and the way I dealt with all that process was the Garth Brooks "Rope in the Wind" album, just over and over and over again. And then when I became a father, I started playing a song called "Lonesome Dove" off that album for my son when he was a baby, and so it's been a huge part of my life. And then Ragweed, Cross Canyon Ragweed, is number three. I can't get enough of everything they've done. Uh, that band really, that band and Cody in particular really took me out of the idea of writing pop country music and writing more realistic stories. More. I don't want to say realistic's not the word. I would say more. Shoot.
Like personable or
Yeah, personable things that people can relate to, relatable stories. Uh, 17 was a song that turned me.
oh,
I was
dude.
working as a bouncer in a bar and walking these circles that bouncers walk when the night's slow. And the DJ played 17 and then Gin Smoking Lies and then Jason Boland. And I was hooked. I was hooked. I haven't been off that since. And yeah, that's how I want to write songs. I think 17. You don't get a lot of perfect songs in your life. I think 17 is a perfect song. I think no matter what you listen to, if I went and played 17 to a guy who listens to Mozart, he's going to sit there and go, I can relate to that. Everyone can relate to that feeling. He may not be able to relate to the arrangement, but he can relate to that feeling that the lyric gives you. And so, yeah, I've been chasing writing something like that. Not that song specifically, but something with that kind of gravitas uh, forever. It was mind blowing that when I heard it.
It's a fantastic song. I
It is.
I love it, and it just, like who couldn't relate to that of just the words? Because I guess I grew up in a small town, and when my mom will hear that I'm going back, she'll just be like, "Remember who you were." I'm like, I got you.
Yeah, well, and the crazy thing is, I look at that song. It's a double entendre. No matter, you always hear it like you're always 17 in your hometown, your mental state, right? But it's, you know, growing up in smaller towns or just even on your side of town, people know you a certain way, and then you leave, and when you come back, that's who they still know. They don't know the person that's gone away and done all this growing or explore the world or, you know, seen things. They know that guy. They know that girl that left the town at that age. That's where you are in their mind. You're not going to change their mind. That's who you are. And that's how you're going to be treated. And you're going to come back and be like, what is this? Like, why are you boxing me into this? Well, that's because you're still 17 in their hometown. That's who you are. Like, I love that. And I didn't even get that until maybe, I don't know, I was 28 or 29, going back and visiting my hometown where like the last time I saw them I was 25, and I was doing X, Y, and Z in my life, and then I went back and I was doing music, and everything was, oh, you know, every question, everything was like, why is it this way? No, it's because I'm still that same person I was when I left to them, no matter how much you grow up, you know.
Right.
So yeah, that sounds perfect.
I definitely love that song. And, man, even along like the premise of that, if someone leaves the town and becomes like super successful, the people are still like their friends are going to remember them like when they were on the same level playing field. Because my one buddy, every so often somebody would be like, "Hey, have you tried Liquid Death?" I'm like, "Yeah, I have," and I know the guy who owns it. I said I went to high school with him, I hung out with him, and they're like, what was he like? Like, was he this?" And I was like, "He was not extravagant." I know. I said he used to be in a hardcore band called Since Day One, and he just decided, from what I read, he just said, "Man, I wasn't a really good songwriter, so I went into advertising," and he started that whole company with $5,000.
Wow.
He made a YouTube video for $1,500, put the rest of it in ads and campaigns, and next thing you know, and he didn't have a product. It was like he just wanted. From what I read, he just heard. He just saw people at music festivals pouring out energy drinks and filling them up with water, and he's like, "Let's just use the dumbest thing and just promote water in like a heavy metal style," and it worked. And it's funny. He always had a thing like it seems like I love like subliminal messaging, and I'm pretty sure we had the same teacher that used to teach us about that, because he did our school mascot. If you hold your hands, you'll see things, and I'll look at the can and I'm like, I wonder if that transcended into his marketing, if there's something embedded in there. But to me, it's still the same mic, you know.
Well, that's the name, and that product hits the name. Like that name says it all. Like everyone wants to know what it is. You assume it's alcohol.
Yeah.
No, it's sparkling water, pal.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
It's not right there. Right.
Yeah.
And when you do drink it, people don't bother you. That's
Yeah.
the one thing I've noticed, and it is cool that it's become a very musical thing. At least out here, I see people, because you just don't want to sit there with Aquafina, like, oh, that guy's driving, or just, I don't know. It's
Yeah,
weird.
what's wrong with you? Why aren't you drinking?
Right? Right.
Yeah. None of your business. Like you have a can that's, you know, like yours green right now. They don't know what it is. They're not going
Exactly.
to bug you about it. It could be Dos Equis. They don't know. Like they don't care. At that point, they're like, okay, they don't ask. But if you're holding the water bottle, are you okay? Everything going all right? Yeah, everything's fine.
Right. I have been. He probably lives out in California now, but he would laugh. He would laugh that I'm listening to country music, because he used to make fun of me for liking Silverchair, and like it was just so easy to play. Just drop D,
Oh yeah.
it was songs written by teenagers, and it was like the first band that played an all drop D. And I'm like, man, you can pick up a guitar and learn the song in like 10 seconds and jam out to an entire album. But man, he just used to just make fun. He'd be like, hey, did you hear the new Silverchair or something? You just be like, I'm like, it's good. It's fun. It's
Yeah, I heard it. I love it.
yeah. But back when my band was still touring, we would always play Madman while the singer was taking a break. And we'd be like, if you know this song, we'll get you a drink. And the people that would come up and they'd be like, that's Madman, that's Silverchair. We're like, all right. Yeah, we just became best friends for that.
Did that ever backfire and you're like into your bar tab for $150?
Oh man, that would
Damn it.
for us that would have been terrible. We probably would have. Well, I would have skipped on that tab. Be like, oh yeah, we'll be right back. The cards in the trailer. You know, just,
Yeah. I gotta go get it from my manager. Give me a minute.
yeah. Road days. But yeah, also with your music, and I was listening, and sometimes I wish there was a way to find out who's in the background of some songs. But dude, have you had Mike from Silverada
Yeah,
in the
on
background
Coming
of your
Down-
songs?
On Coming Down the Mountain. Mike's on Coming Down the Mountain. Yeah.
I'm like, that's Mike.
Yeah, that's Mike. And Darby Sparkman is on that too. And Darby sings a lot on Mike's albums, on those Silverado albums.
Okay.
I've been real lucky though. Mike's been fantastic to me as a friend, as a musician, just taking us out on the road. We kind of met in a weird. We didn't meet in a weird way, but we became friends in a weird way. They were coming through Tucson, and their old van broke down. And so Adam Oder calls me and goes, "Hey man, do you got anyone in town that can fix the van for us?" And I go, "Let me find somebody. I'll find somebody." Well, the parts they needed were going to take a couple days, and they had to be in Austin. And they were freaking out because it's a private gig, and a lot of musicians. I don't think people realize this. When we take private gigs, they're not ideal, but they usually pay the bills a little better than some of our other gigs do. And Mike and the guys were worried about missing this gig, and I have an F-350, and I looked at him. I'm like, "Here's my truck. Fly me to Houston, and I'll come get it. Like, take my truck." And they're like, "What?" I'm like, "Take my truck. Just get me to Houston so I can drive back home." And so I just gave him my truck with, Adam wasn't there. And Adam was like my main contact with that band. And I ended up meeting him in Houston, playing a couple shows with him. And then we've toured together and I spent a lot of time together. And I asked Mike to sing on the album, and he was more than happy to do it. And it really brings that song to life. Like that, his vocal going for that high end really does something for the song. Adds an intensity to it. We're like, it's not just that low note, my low tone. That high tone really comes through and pushes that song along. It makes it feel like it's moving faster than it really is. And he crushes it. He absolutely crushes it. And I wish I could share the outtakes that we got from doing this song, but there were some pretty funny things he did just because we make jokes. It was a good time.
It's awesome. Yeah, he's a lot of fun. I've been able to hang out with him a little bit, and what's amazing to me is of how many people he probably comes across. And me and Soul Gravy, we were looking for the bathroom backstage at the Cross Canadian Ragweed street party, and there's Mike. And he's like, "Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, how you guys doing?" I'm like, "Man," because they were just on stage and they crushed it. And I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
"Man, how cool is this?" That, Mike, like I was talking this, like Mike knows us. That to me, that's amazing because you listen to the music and you're like, you love the music, and you're like, man, like I've met this dude. This dude knows who I am, and that's the one thing I love. Like Morgan Wallen came to town the other day, and they're like, "Hey, did you go to the show?" I'm like, "No." Like, why? I can go see somebody I know and have, and even if somebody did know, you're gonna have a so much more immersive experience. You're going to the merch booth. You're gonna talk to somebody in the
Oh yeah.
band. They're probably gonna go, "Hey, man, nice shirt." It's just that so much connectivity.
The way I measure it is, you meet Mike and you go, "Oh yeah, he wrote these songs," right? I look at Morgan Wallen. I'm not disparaging anybody's music. I used to be pretty down on top 40 music. I have made a choice not to be that way. All music has a purpose. So you look at him, and I feel like he tries to live the song, if that makes sense. Mike's lived the life and wrote the song. Morgan Wallen found the song someone else wrote and is trying to live that life. Um, and I could be absolutely wrong because I met Morgan in Nashville years and years and years ago, but yeah, I wouldn't even say we're acquaintances. Um, Certainly not friends, but we were in the same spaces a few times, and I just didn't get that vibe from him. Whereas Mike, I've spent long days on with a broken down bus with Mike. I've spent long nights with broken down lead singers. Like me and him just talking about how crazy the road life is, and I just believe it. When he writes a song, I believe it. Like Load In, Load Out off the Silverada album, I think is probably one of the best songs ever, especially if you're a touring musician, because that's what it becomes. You go on the road and you love playing music, and I tell people we get paid to show up on time and we get paid to get our stuff out of the building so that people can go home. We play the music for free. We love playing music. This is what we want to do. But that load in, load out part is the hard part
Oh
because
yeah,
that's the part that's not what you didn't. We didn't sign up to load our own gear in and out. Everyone starts playing music thinking, "Oh, we're gonna have this like amazing. We're gonna put our first album out, and we're gonna have a tour bus, and we're gonna have crew guys, and we're gonna fly from gig to gig." And I've been doing this on the road now for like seriously on the road now for 11 or 12 years, full time playing music for 14. Um, I put 70,000 miles on my Ford Econoline, my E350. I know what you're thinking. Wow, that's luxurious. It's not. 70,000 miles on it between November and when I got home on Sunday. Like, I'll end up putting 150 on it this year. You, you you live in a vehicle, you sleep in a hotel room, you play your shows, and that's the few couple hours of your life that makes you feel alive, and then it's back into the drive, you know. And I'm not complaining about it. I just don't think people, when you get started, you don't sign up for that, and that's where you see a lot of people fall off. There's a lot of people out there. I've always said this that are probably more talented than I am. They're just not as dedicated as I am to the process. Like, what are you willing to give up to get what you want? And when you get to start to get what you want and it gets harder, are you willing to keep going? Are you going to sit right where you're at and just be okay? This is it. Like, I mean, I got 3 kids. I've given up so much time with them and my wife, and that if you quit at a certain point, if you quit after giving up all that time, that's a slap in the face to the people that you've left behind. Like, and that's one thing. Mike and I go back to Mike and how great he is. That's one thing him and I talk about a lot. Is like, man, we love our families. We want to be home, but we can't quit. This is what we're good at. This is what we got. You know, there's There's no bridges. There's no boats. It's just forward.
It like you said, it is the ones that those on the grindstone just keep grinding, and it's like I was like talking to Cody Jinks because I'd always heard like Cody was one of the first people to really like leave Texas, and I asked him, I said, people tell me you're one of the first guys to actually like leave the demographic for your music, and he's like, I had to. He's like, he had Cross Canadian Ragweed, The Great Divide, and all the big guys, Jason Boland. I couldn't compete with them, so yeah, we just hit the road. And there's a lot of Silverada hits the road hard. American Aquarium.
Yeah.
It,
Well, and Silverada does it because they want to get to their fans. American Aquarium does it because they want to get to their fans too. But North Carolina is a small community, so you have to break out. We do it because Arizona, like, and I'm not. I never want to blame where I live or what created my sound for anything. But Arizona's a hard market. There's three major cities, if you want to call Flagstaff a major city, but there's it's Phoenix and Tucson are the big markets, and there's Flagstaff and Yuma, and a couple smaller cities that kind of rotate around Phoenix. But it's not a big touring hub. It's not close to anything. You know, we go play in Texas. Our starting drive to Texas is 12 hours, no matter what. You know, if you want to, unless you're going to El Paso, but El Paso's still 4 hours away. San Diego's 6, LA's 8, Denver's 12. You know, that's the downside to Arizona. You're always a good deadhead drive away. You're always leaving the day before you need to be somewhere to get there. And, but you have to. If you want to be a better musician, a better songwriter, if you want to meet people that can actually elevate your craft, you have to leave the space you're in. There's no way around it. There's just no way around it.
It's 12 hours.
Yeah, we're 14 hours with Dallas, 12 hours San Antonio.
That's crazy. I mean, Grant, my band, we would go up to like Maine, which is like 14 hours, but Northeast is pretty compact. We could go all the way up and hit a bunch of spots coming back. Because there's a lot of cities, but just to get like that's your minimum.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Just to get to the market that has done the best for us, that's 12 hours. And not to sound, I hate to refer to it as a market, but, because I have management, but I do a lot of my own booking still. So I have to have that market business idea. And just to get to the market where our stuff does well on radio, that's, we got 12 hours. And I've done that drive countless times at this point. I couldn't even tell you. But we got the van we have now. We got 3 years ago with 60,000 miles on it, and we're at 300. We're over 300,000 miles now.
Wow.
So, and we'll see how long it lasts with us, because this whole AC problem. The fat kid in me is not going to let the AC not work. I am I'm a princess when it comes to AC in vehicles. So, yeah. But it's, again, I could be comfortable in Tucson, in Phoenix, in Flagstaff, playing, my songs and some covers. But it's not how I want to do it. So,
yeah, 12 hours it is then.
Yeah, and it's just 12 hours. Like, it's whatever. You start to learn real early in this business of what rest stops and gas stations you like. Like, we know where to stop for food. We know what bathrooms are clean. We know how far we're going to get, it becomes like a routine. It's part of the biz.
Man, Rest stops. I've been to every rest stop. I I was torn with a band, and I had a C. diff infection, which is people tell you it's one of the worst things you could have. I just remember they're like, yeah, your floor is off. They gave me medicine that I didn't need, and it just wiped out the whole biome of my gut. And they're like, yeah, you have to like rebuild it. It might take a year. I'm like, a year of this? Like I know they it happened to be around the time we were in Nashville recording, and I was in and out of the bathroom probably that day, like probably 50 times. They probably thought I had a habit of something, but I was just like, man,
What's he doing in there?
Yeah.
None of your business.
yeah, it's nothing bad. I'm pretty sure I'm melting, but
It's okay.
you don't want to know.
You don't want to know. But again, you get to board early. You know, you can always board early. That's what you got on that. Early boarding. Just remember, there was a trade-off.
Is there any guy in the seat?
bathroom.
No, he's in the lavatory. Oh, that was like my nightmare when the seatbelt. You're like, oh,
Oh god. Oh god.
oh, that has to be terrible. Like, and I know there's some people that are like, I've seen it. They're like, I'm so sorry, but I have to go to the bathroom, and they'll lock you in. They're like, you can't leave until we've landed or we've reached the altitude, which is wild. Because oh man, could you imagine you being in that?
First off, I used to have a tradition when I got on a plane and I used the restroom of the plane. I would take a selfie because I'd be in there like this, and I'd be like, yeah. I was wondering though. This explains a lot why they put seatbelts. Because there's seatbelts in the bathrooms.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no one comes in here and puts that seatbelt on. Oh, maybe they do. I don't know.
That airport had Taco Bell.
Yeah, that seatbelt's been used a lot. We want a really good seal.
Yes. You get off on
Yeah.
a
Safety first.
safety first. Oh my god. Yeah, I had never used a plane bathroom until just recently when I was flying back from Mile Zero Fast. The lady got up, was like, I have to go to the bathroom, and I was in the aisle. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna follow you there. And she was kind of like, well, that's weird. I was like, well, I've never done this before. She's like, what? I'm like, let's go. Going to the bathroom. I'm like, come on, lady. I'm innocently using the bathroom for the first time. I don't think anything's happening. It's the first time. What do you think? I'm like, come on.
I've never done this before. She went right to the darkest place.
Yeah, man. And I was like, this is what everybody's talked about. But man, like I'm weird. My buddy, I remember, he's like, so what do you do before you get on? What do you mean you never use the bathroom on an airplane? I'm like, I dry myself out. I'll be eating pretzels in the airport parking lot just to try to make sure there's no moisture in my body, because I don't know, like I get really bad travel anxiety, and I'm like, man, it's going to be when the plane's taking off. I'm going to sit there and like I'm just going to have something bad's going to happen, because that traditionally it's always happened to me where I'm like, oh, once again, I've put myself into a possible story drama. And now, like, the anxiety gets even worse because sometimes people will recognize me, and I'll be like, "Oh no!"
Oh.
They'll be like, "Oh my god, look at the dude from TikTok," or like I wanted to talk about Courtney Patton. That is the closest I've came to crying in public, and I'm like, man, I wonder if people are gonna be like turning the cameras on me, like. I'm like, oh, don't do it. You just feel that like wall of moisture just rolling out towards your eyes. And you're just like, all right, man, we're just going to sit here. We're going to think of everything happy. Everything happy. Remember all the good times with Courtney when she made you laugh. Let's go back to that. And it's just like, oh, you're like lips quivering.
She'll get it out of you too.
Oh, man.
I was about to say, is cussing okay? I forgot to ask her.
Yeah.
Because Courtney doesn't fuck around. Like she's a heartstringer every single time. You have a conversation with her and you'll be laughing and laughing, and then all of a sudden she'll be like, you know what? I just really appreciate you and love you for all that you've done and been there. You're like, where did this come from? I love you too. Next thing you know, you're both, red eyes, tears coming down. Yeah, I love Court. Court's the best.
Oh, dude,
Absolute best.
100%. When I was supposed to be flying to Key West. I got dropped off in Miami. I took an Uber from Miami Airport to Key West where we were staying. I got back to that condo around like 5:45, and Courtney and Jamie Lynn Wilson were coming in at 9. Thank God it was them, because as soon as
I listened to the interview. They saw how tired you were. They stepped up.
Oh, dude, I was riding on fumes, and I can't remember. It was a Monster, Red Bull, Dunkin' Donuts. Oh my God!
All of them, all the above, whatever it takes.
Oh, at the end of the night, I was literally like, "Man, we got to make it. We got to make it." But yes, dude, she is an all around entertainer, and I can't believe, like, up here, people will ask, like, who's like your favorite artist, and oh, I don't listen to female artists. Give me some female artists, and it blows my mind that you can say Courtney Patton. People go, oh, I never heard her. When
right,
it's amazing, because not only does she have a great voice, her writing and
fantastic.
It's incredible.
She's my favorite female voice.
Yeah,
and like it's her, and then Haley Williams. But Court's even better just because she's so personable. Like you feel like you could run into Courtney at a grocery store, and she'd be the same person she was on stage the night before when you watched her. And she cares about people. And I'm not saying that Haley Williams doesn't. I'm not saying those that they don't. I've experienced Courtney's friendship firsthand, and it is off the charts. Absolutely off the charts. Her and Jamie both. Like, Jamie has room mommed me so many times where I've been out and probably had slightly too much to drink, and she's like, all right, come on, buddy. Get on the back of the golf cart. We're going to go here. And just like sits me down like I'm 5 years old. And she goes, don't fall out. She's raising a herd at home, and she sees me out, having too much fun. And she's like, come on, sit down. You're going to be okay. Oh, thanks, Court. Thanks, Jamie. Like, they just take care of me. You can't beat them. They're two of the best people around.
Definitely. I'm going to see Courtney in a little while, actually. I'm excited to see her.
Yeah, if we're going to talk about her, I got lucky enough to talk her into doing a song on the new album. And, oh, man, she just made it. She made this. I thought I wrote a good song, and then she got her voice on it, and she made it a better song. She's just so good at making emotion from a lyric, and like really making it. And I was just so thankful to have her on it. So thankful to have her on it. She did her take. She did her part of that song, I think, in 2 takes. I think I did 6, and she did 2. And she came in from a show the night before, and her voice was a little raspy, and it was perfect. It was just perfect, Yeah. I don't get a lot of compliments from my parents about songwriting or songs, just because it's what I've been doing. And I think parents always try to keep you realistic about where you are and what you're doing. That's their job. They should. But when that song came out, my parents have always been like, "That's a great song. Courtney's amazing. You wrote it well. You sing it well. Courtney's amazing on it." Like, that's the one I get the most feedback from family about. Yeah, I just can't believe how great it came out, and most of that's her.
It's a great song. Did you write it originally knowing it would be a duet?
I started writing it with, so I I got married at 23 to the mother of my son and my oldest son and my oldest daughter, and we divorced about 14 years ago, and it's one of the best things that ever happened to me. And I'm not my ex-wife's still one of my good friends. We co-parent together. We talk almost at least every other day about our kids, and I'm thankful that we separated because I got to meet my wife and build this incredible life that we have now. And she's so supportive of what I do, and I got another daughter out of it, which is just absolutely amazing. But I hadn't really truly reconciled the process of divorce from an honest standpoint, to where there wasn't any blame. A lot of people will, songwriters included, people only see it from their point of view, and they write from that point of view, or they live in that point of view, and they don't want to claim any of that. I did this, or maybe it wasn't all their fault process. So I started writing this song, and I was just trying to be as honest as I could with myself about it. And as soon as I got to the second verse, I realized it had to be a duet. It had to be, just because it would translate better to the listener that there is two sides to this story, and they're usually the same side, in the sense that everyone sees the wrongs that happened to them, and not so much the wrongs they did to the other person. And so, like, having a male and female voice on this, I feel makes that more apparent. I sing it solo when Courtney's, if Courtney's around, I have her up, or I'll go up and sing with her. But I sing it so many times solo that you can still tell that story. But I think it carries way more weight when you have that male female point of view, and also, again, going back to the way she sang it, it was so confident and vulnerable at the same time. Her vocals in that, it's just mind blowing every time I hear it. And I heard it before it came out. I heard it 500 times. Because as an artist, you sit there and you repeat and you listen and you try to learn. I make sure there's nothing in there you don't like. I found myself just listening to that one because I loved her voice so much on it. Her voice cracks in one little spot. I'm like, that's perfect.
Oh yeah, dude, I know exactly what you're talking about, because that's stuff I'll hear.
It's just, and she did it without. I don't want to say that she did without trying, but I think maybe she just has such presence of mind. She does it naturally. Does that make sense? I can't get enough of how she sings. And she's a great hang. Probably one of the funniest people you'll run into. Anyone out there that sees this, if you get a chance to talk to Courtney Patton, go talk to Courtney Patton.
I 100% agree with that.
She will make you laugh in the first 45 seconds without even trying. She's that good. And she's that good of a human being, and she's that good of a singer. Only way to explain it.
Right? Yeah. She's definitely one of those ones, like you said. You just have to talk to her. She's so fast. Like, some comedians aren't as fast as she is with like crowds and bits, and she's just, before you know it, you're just like if you didn't know who she was, you would have to know she does something special. If you were just randomly having a conversation with her, never knew anything about her, you would either want to be best friends with her or be like, where are you? You would have to think she is some type of entertainer or performer. That's just something.
I'm a firm believer she wasn't singing, she would be doing comedy. Like, she could just stand up with the best of them. She would probably be the best crowd work comedian you'd ever meet. Just go out there and start talking to people, and she would find some way to make everyone laugh, and usually not at their expense. She's laughing at. She laughs at her own expense a lot of times, which is incredible to me. She has zero ego. outwardly. So it's, again, one of a kind talent, and just so lucky to have her on the album.
Definitely. And when you do listen to those lyrics, it's like, I'll save myself. You're like, wow, it's a pretty heavy song.
Yeah, I, I something I didn't put together. My dog's having a dream. Um, something I didn't put together, or maybe I didn't do for the first year or two after my divorce was save myself, in the sense of like, oh, I'm a priority here. I need to give myself the tools to be successful in life, and not just sit here and blame, or not understand, or try to understand why things happen the way they did. Um, so you know, it was a really, like weight off my shoulders song, because, when the line that I love the most out of the song is, "There's three sides to every single heartache: yours, mine, and the truth." Like, the way it happened to you, the way it happened to me, is not the way it happened, but it's the way we see it. And so I got real lucky and had a little bit of self therapy with that one. Uh, I just felt really lucky the day that I got out. Now, when I played it for my wife, she's like, "Are we okay?" I'm like, "No, no, we're good. We're good. This isn't about us. We're good. I promise." And so that was a little interesting when that happened. But yeah, I love that song.
I sometimes think about that because, a lot of artists are married, and some artists, they have songs about a lot of heartbreak and everything. And I always wonder, like, you have to go to your partner and be like, listen, this isn't about our situation. And, like, well, who's it about? Like, well, just let me write the damn song.
Yeah, don't worry yourself with the details. But yeah, that I like to write from my own experience a lot, but also I'll watch, and this is going to sound shitty to say, I will watch my friends go through some really hard times and pick out themes in that and write about it. I'll tell them after the fact, after they've made it past that spot, that, hey, you inspired this song. Um, because sometimes when you're, again, like when you go through something as an artist, you can't always process it correctly. So if you can watch it, someone else go through it, and then you can relate to those bits and pieces, and then take yourself and add it back into that situation. And now you're writing a song that you understand, but it's not about you. So you can be really honest, because you don't have to deal with your own problems, I guess. But yeah, I like to do that. Uh, I love doing it that way. But then again, I have older songs that I've 100% written about me, and trying to paint myself in a great light, which isn't the case most of the time. Uh, but yeah, I try to be as real with them as I can without hurting people. So I don't know, and that's kind of what.
Walk that line.
Yeah, it's like being Frodo when you're walking through that little swamp with all the people in the water. You don't want to look at it too hard, because you're gonna go in. Like, and I don't mean to make a Lord of the Rings reference, but I like Lord of the Rings. Like, that's what it is. You get so close to it, and the next thing you know, you're in that water. So you got to sometimes take a little step back and write from a viewing standpoint, opposed to a, you know, in the muck.
In the muck, yeah. It's just like I have a really weird relationship with music, and sometimes like people are just like, man, you're just weird. I'm like, okay, because I dated a girl when I was probably 18, 19, and she was older, and she loved Pearl Jam. I cannot listen to Pearl Jam because of that. I don't know why. Like, she recently just got remarried. I was like, yeah, good for her, you know? But it's just,
Yeah.
like, I remember so many people have been like, man, Pearl Jam puts on one of the best shows. Pearl Jam this, Pearl Jam that. And I'm like, Cody Canada, Pearl Jam. And I'm like, man, I need to listen to Pearl Jam in case he brings it up, you know? And I'm not like, well, Cody, you know, back when I was a teenager.
Cody would be one of those guys who would get that, though.
Yeah.
Cody would understand that.
And there's a song, I'm like, whoa, is this a Jimi Hendrix song I never heard? Mike McCready's a great guitar player. And I heard it, and I'm like, oh, it's Pearl Jam. This is a great song, but it's Pearl Jam. I've never owned any of their records. I've never done a deep dive. I bought them.
There's a way around it.
That's what you wanted for Christmas?
There's a way around it. Temple of the Dog. There you go. It's not Pearl Jam. It's Pearl Jam adjacent.
I have
Temple
heard.
of the Dog.
It's a, I'm going hungry.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
You got Chris Cornell in there, too. It's not Pearl Jam. It's Pearl Jam adjacent.
Oh, man. I always said, like, I'm just going to sit down, and I was like, man, I'll go live and do it. But I don't think I ever told the backstory. Like, I told my buddy, he's like, that makes no sense. I'm like, man.
I think it makes perfect sense.
I'm like, because there's somebody else. And then I realized I had to stop listening to so much music I loved with people and like share like moments. And it's just like, I can still hear the music in my memory. Like, I almost lost The Wall because I used to keep The Wall on Pink Floyd nonstop. It's just.
As you should.
Actually, I found the worst time to listen to The Wall. I put The Wall on. I fell asleep on the airplane, and then one part where that's the airplane's crushed. You know, I woke up. I was like, oh, I'm like, oh, holy shit, my life. The person next to me was like, whoa.
Like, what happened? You're like, we crashed in my headphones.
I came up like they hit me with the defibrillator. I want to be around for this.
When it comes down to those songs, when it comes down to that whole song process, like that's how I experience music. It holds spots in my life. So there's certain music that if I listen to it, I go back to the second I heard it the first time, and that's where I stay, and that's why I listen to it sometimes to get back to that space. There's some music I don't, again, like you don't listen to Pearl Jam. There's other songs I don't listen to because it also takes me back to a space, and I just don't want to be there. You know, I think that's the beauty of music, is that it's not tangible. You can't hold it in your hand, but it can hold you completely. It can envelop your physiology, like your body. It can make you have goosebumps. It can make you stand up. It can give you energy. It can rip you apart mentally. It can do all these things. That's the best part about music, is that you can't hold it, but it can hold you. And there's no way around it. Like, I don't care who you are, unless you just hate music and you don't attach it to any point in your life. I think it's a common denominator. I think everyone understands that moment that music offers to you. So, Pearl Jam or no Pearl Jam, there's a reason.
And it's all around you, music.
Yeah,
even in your footsteps.
Oh.
It just...
I don't know if everyone can hear this, but I have a fish tank on. I love fish tanks with fish in them, which sounds weird to say, but I've seen people with just fish tanks, so I have to say it. At night, though, if the house is quiet, I hear music because the white noise the fish tank generates. My brain finds music in that. So it is everywhere. There's nothing that you can't. I mean, your brain will do its best to conjure music, especially if it's a soothing process. So it's everywhere. And it's, again, I love it. It's everything to me. It's brought me so much peace and joy.
Definitely, and a career.
Yeah, yeah. Some days that career is harder than others because of music, and but I wouldn't trade it. I knew I wanted to do this when I was 3 years old. I would never. I had a Star Search light and sound stage, and it had two tape players at the bottom, and you'd step on one and sing with one tape. Had a microphone and a red, blue, and green light, and a white light down there, and you step on one and it would play the tape and you could sing it through the speaker like karaoke with it, and then you step on the other and then it would do a different song. And so like the tapes I had in there were Rope in the Wind and Slippery When Wet, and those were the two tapes I'd go back and forth and sing with. And I knew then that's what I wanted to do. I knew it, and that's what I've always wanted to do. That's all I ever saw myself doing. So, and again, I saw myself with a tour bus and an airplane, and roadies, and but this has been pretty great too.
Definitely. And man, I always wanted to do music as well. I really feel like if I could sing, my thing is when you don't sing, like I'm okay on the guitar, but there's millions of people good on guitar. But the singer, that makes the band pretty much. And to put all my faith in, because I with music, I hustle. Like at our shows, like we got to make money. We got to do raffles. We got to have people go around buying tickets. Why are you throwing out that drum head? Everybody sign it and we're raffling it. We're stopping at Guitar Center. We're buying the $90 Epiphone. We're signing it. 10 to 20 for the length of your arm. Tickets, dollar store, bucket, and just just the hustle and stuff like that. And it's just, man, I used to give the guys per diem when I used to manage. It'd be gone. I'm like, man, you have no idea how to manage. This is why. I just remember band members were eating ice because they spent all their per diem on
Booze.
Yeah, there's just. I'm like, are you guys really eating ice? And like, yeah, we're hungry. Like, you could have got a $5 pizza at Little Caesars, but no. Learn how to money manage. Like, we're nobodies.
I'll say this, and I may be minimalizing what I do. I think everyone can sing. I think where it gets muddy for people going to sing is that you want to sound like somebody else. You want to sound like somebody else. Like I wanted to sound when I first started playing, before I found the red dirt scene, Americana scene. I would go and sing like Dave Matthews Band songs, Kenny Chesney songs, Garth Brooks songs. I wanted to sound like Garth Brooks. I'm not going to sound like Garth Brooks. There's nothing I could go back in my life and change that's going to make me sound like Garth Brooks. I sound the way I'm supposed to sound, and that was the changing moment for me. The day I embraced the fact that my grandparents smoked with the windows up. I was a college cheerleader. I blew my voice out 1,000 times. This is the way I'm going to sound. And once I embraced that, everything changed. I stopped questioning, oh, did that sound good? No, it sounded like me. Whether you liked it or not, I didn't care at that point because it sounded like me. And then all of a sudden, the songwriting started to have a little more umph because I was singing it like I heard it when I wrote it. I think that's where people beat themselves up. I think everyone can sing as long as you understand you're going to sound like you. You're not going to sound like Lady Gaga or Garth Brooks or, whoever your favorite is. You're not going to sound like them. My wife's a better singer than I am. She won't get in front of people and sing because she doesn't want to. It's not her dream. But, just, I'd say do it. Just find your tone. Just find out where your voice lives. And you can sing in that spot. Every song can be moved to you. because that's how great music is. You can move it anywhere on that neck to make it sound or fit into your tone. It is all there. Everyone can sing. Everyone can do it. Again, though, there are natural talents that are going to blow you out of the water as far as like power and control, but everyone can do it.
I was trying to think of it was not Billy Madison. He's like, yeah, he's better.
Yeah.
That's that'd be like me. Yeah, I guess I haven't sung long enough to like find. If anything, I mean, the one band I was in, I was the singer because I was the only one that could remember the lyrics, which is weird for me because that's like the last thing I hear. But I used to do impressions of what the hell, Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
I can crush that tone. And I used to go and do it at like karaoke and stuff. They're like, oh, you kind of sound like him. I'm like, it's not that hard. But then you found out like, man, their fans are insane.
They're having a resurgence in their career right now.
Yeah, I always thought my favorite thing about Limp Bizkit was Wes Borland. Such a unique appearance, stage presence, and his guitar work is really cool. It's very different, and I loved his one guitar. Like I'm pretty sure it was like a 7-string with piezos on it, and it's just how he just blends stuff, and he's still a tube user and everything. And I do like, I didn't get the whole like they were calling it like where he was doing the dad thing. They were calling it, we're just sitting there and not moving around because like their concerts are, you just when you think of break stuff, there's just everybody just to see the wall of death, just people going nuts. But yeah, it is weird. It's not weird. It is cool that a lot of that music from back in the day that's coming back. It's like people hated Creed and Nickelback for like no reason, and like for what they were fantastic. It was like, dude,
well, expectation is the biggest cause of disappointment. I think what people, first off, they got so big, so quick that they got shoved down people's throats for a little bit. Both Creed and Nickelback and Limp Bizkit. Like very few bands dodge that getting really big really fast and not burning people out. And for instance, like Eminem dodged it, Taylor Swift dodged it, Michael Jackson dodged it, Brooks and Dunn dodged it, Garth Brooks dodged it. But they also put a lot of music out pretty quickly for the time period that they were recording music in. Whereas like Creed and Nickelback, they put that first album out, and that label, whoever their label was, I think they both had the same label, if I remember correctly, just ran those songs down people's throats. Like, we're not gonna make new out music. We're gonna tour off this one. We're gonna ride this cash cow until we don't have to, until we have to go make new music. And I think that's where people got burnt out on it. There wasn't anything new to grasp onto by the time they were burnt out with the old songs. And now the thing is, so they went away. And now that those songs were so good that you can't deny a good song forever. Like,
right.
If it's a good song, even if you hate the artist, right? And I want to say this, I don't hate Neil Diamond. Sweet Caroline comes on, everyone sings it. It's the Sweet Caroline effect. Like, I don't care. You could hate Neil Diamond. If Sweet Caroline comes on, and you're going to be in your head going, It's just the way it is. Like, and that's what Nickelback is, and that's what Creed is. Did they make some poor decisions in marketing? It's my opinion. Maybe they did, but who am I? I haven't sold a tenth of the albums they've sold. So they've done something right.
Right. Yeah. I always chocolate starfish and the hot dog water. I just remember just seeing that, and I'm like, I can't. I'm buying this. Sight unseen, which that it is wild. Like also that's definitely gone away. But just the other day, down the street from here, they opened a vinyl store. I couldn't believe it. I was like, something earwax, or not earwax, or just wax. Earwax is Soul Gravy's thing, I'm pretty sure, or whatever. And I'm like, I wonder if that's a record. It's a record store. I'm like, whoa! At this, I love how that's coming back because I've bought, being like into the like heavy metal, death metal. I've bought just because of the album art, because
Oh yeah,
they don't play that on the radio. Like if it either had to be a cool name or cool art, but it's got to be cool, to take a kid or someone that's never like physically held music that's not on, something where they can go, just to sit down, like this is an investment of your time and your money. Because back, my allowance was $5 a week, and a CD was $20. I had to
oh
make
yeah.
sure that these were all killer, no filler. And I didn't want to be disappointed, but like you sat down, and that album had to be good. And I love how just the market's coming back around, because I know there's a lot, not only a lot of process, there's a lot of money that the artist has to invest in just to get the vinyl to print.
Yes.
It's a
Yeah.
huge,
It-
huge leap of faith.
The couple years ago when we put out the This Life album, we did a vinyl pressing of it. There was only 4 record pressers in the U.S. I think there's now 8 or 9 that make all the records. Um, and so there was a time constraint that you had to fall into their timeline of whether they were able to get your project in the space that you wanted it. And then B, they were so busy they could charge what they wanted. And a lot of them were really cool and were very fair and very upfront about, hey, this is exactly what's going to cost you. It doesn't mean it still wasn't hard to pay for. Like as an artist, when you put out an album, you have to decide what's more important to the musical part of it. Is it making vinyl, or is it making sure you get the music in front of people? And so, we've had, with this album, with the sadder songs we had hoped for, we made a decision. We're going to put a deposit down on the vinyl, but for the rest, instead of paying for all that up front, I'm going to dump the rest of that money into making sure people hear this. Because it's really about the music. The vinyl is a part of that, but you got to get it out in front of other ears. And like, again, I love vinyl. My kids are raised on vinyl. My 4-year-old loves Billy Joel, Glass Houses. She loves that album. My 13-year-old loves the Silverada album. My 19-year-old hasn't really taken the time to go through it, but he'll throw Turnpike on when he comes home, and and have that playing in the house. So, vinyl's great and it's fantastic. It is very expensive to buy and to make, and that's why it's so expensive to buy, because it's expensive to make. So,
Yeah, it is cool though, because it gets gone are the Sam Goodies, the Wall,
oh yeah,
and stuff like that. We had Rainbow Records down here, and the guy was like living there, wasn't taking a salary. He was like living upstairs.
yeah.
He did the best he could to keep it. And yeah, and dude, the record shop used to be like a cool place to go. Like we used to go to the Wonderland, and you could get your music and stuff for your whippeteer. It's just dumb stuff. It was like all those movies. I just can't imagine like kids watching like Empire Records and all those movies based around a record store. and be like, it's just a movie. Like, no, that was a way of life back in the day. That's what people did. You could have hung out and talked to the clerk at the movie store to rent movies.
I made my son watch High Fidelity. I tried to make him read the book, and he wouldn't. But I made him watch High Fidelity. He's like, was it really like that? And I'm like, man, I used to go hang out at Zia Records, and I was the quiet kid in the corner that was going around listening to things. But there were some dudes in there that had opinions about records, and you'd hear them arguing about it the whole time you were there. And it was just a way for people to have conversations.
Yeah.
It was the Facebook before Facebook or MySpace. You know?
Definitely. Even the comic book stores.
Oh yeah.
Arguing who would win in an altercation. But now they're way stronger and blah blah blah. And this universe and just having an argument, but it's in your hand. And yeah, like the record, especially the wall, because you could go into the booth and listen before you bought it, and people would see it and be like, nah, man, you want to check out this. And it was really weird because, like, you go to the store now, somebody talks to you, you're like, what, do you want to fight?
What do you
like,
want?
why are you talking to me? Why are you in my space?
I came out into public for privacy. Please leave me alone.
I came outside so no one would talk to me. I left my house because my dog won't stop looking at me, and here you are. You know?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's incredible. Oh my, I hate the store. When you see somebody, hey, is that any good? They won't. Like, you just get that stare.
You should see. I make a point on the road to be like, hey, how are you? Every time we go somewhere, if I walk up and I'm dealing with a person, hi, how are you? How's your day going? And they're like, what are you doing? What do you want from me? And it's like, no, I'm just
please don't rob me.
Letting you know that people give a shit still.
Yeah. I'm the same way. Kindness goes farther than I think. I think people forget that because you don't know. You always read about the story of someone who like jump off a bridge and the note says, I won't do it if someone smiles at me. So you don't know what people are going through. Hell, sometimes I do it because I want to feel better.
Oh, yeah.
I just say, hey, man, how you doing? Have a great day. And I could be having the worst day in my life. And people are like, oh, you have a great day as well. Thank you so much. And you're like, that helps a little bit.
I tell myself that when I'm driving. Like, I don't know what this person's going through.
I think I'm past that. I hate to say it, but I'm like,
I only get mad.
I would do the whole Batman and the.
I only get mad when merging. And that's my breaking point. Is if you can't let someone merge their vehicle, then fuck you. like if
oh my God,
just let someone merge on. And then let the cars, this happened to us in California this weekend. I'm trying to make some space for people to merge. So I'm trying to get in this lane. And this guy accelerates up next to me with my blinker on, stops, and looks at me and puts his hands up. And I'm like, they're merging. I'm trying to merge. I'm trying to get over so they can merge. And then he flips me off and drives away. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why are you so angry? Now I'm angry. Why did you pass this on to me? I want no part of this.
Oh man, that's driving anymore. Oh, I can't do it. I don't even like driving to the store. It's crazy. And I'll even put on like the adaptive cruise, the lane sense. The car's doing all the work, but I'm just like I don't know what it is. Like I had SUVs stalling out in front of me because they were stopping in like floodwaters, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" I'm in a sedan. Like
don't stop. When you're driving through water, don't stop.
What are you doing? Oh my God! It went all the way up to all my relay. I had to replace all my relay. Like I didn't have it. Everything electronic went in the car, and that's just like my grandfather said. Don't ever turn your car off. Turn your car. If you're having issues with your car, ride it until you get to the spot. Do not turn your car off. And I did. I rode. It was terrible. And then, come to find out, it just went up to the relays and all that stuff and just replaced them. And but it was wild. I'm like, oh my God. I was turned around. And I was like 3/4 of the way there. I'm like, I had enough. My dog's freaking out because I'm freaking out. And he's like, what did I do? I'm like, it's not you.
It's not you, it's me.
And when everybody, I'm a huge, like, I have a motorcycle, so I will not text and drive. I have an '09. I can talk to my phone through the radio with this little $10 thing, and I don't need my hands. And I see people, it's like, I can't tell you how many times I don't make the light because everyone's got to finish their texts. I can't believe my horn hasn't exploded because I'll be like, or if you're on the phone, you're in half the lane. I can't believe the person on the other line was like, here, I'll let you go. It sounds like you're
having time.
Sounds like you're driving. Oh my God. The whole distracted thing.
My manager,
they need what
she'll light me up. If she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm driving. She's like, we're going from here to there. She goes, are you driving? I'll go, no. She goes, good. Because if you were, I wouldn't talk to you the rest of the day. She lights me up.
There you go.
Yeah. My wife does too. I use headphones. I do the earbuds, but because my face is huge and usually my beard's a lot longer, it sounds muffled when I talk, and my talking voice isn't very loud anyway. So it is, no one wants to talk to me when I'm driving now. They're like, are you driving? Yeah. Call me later. Okay.
Yeah. I just get so, revved up. Like the first thing my dad did was when I got my first car is he ripped the radio out. He said, you learn how to drive first before you learn all this. And my God, it was stick. You had to drive the car.
Yeah.
You were involved. Legs, feet, arm. You were in the car. All you did was operate the automobile. And as time goes on, there's standards. There's no. Sometimes the car kind of drives itself now, leaving you with all kinds of things you can do.
I've been in a Tesla with an auto drive on with some people, and I was like, yeah, this isn't right. I don't, this isn't for me.
Right? And they're like, oh, I'd be like, what's Eclipse for? Oh, it thinks it's my hands on the wheel. Oh, even better.
Thanks.
Yeah. It's like this. When that gets better, maybe, I don't know. I get super upset at our species when I can watch whatever program about the ocean and there's thousands of fish in a school. They're all flowing effortlessly. They're all on the same line. They're getting where they're going. We can't do that.
No, this whole self-thought and self-determination thing is not all it cracked out to be.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's yeah. I'm trying not to be a raving lunatic right now.
No, I think everyone goes through it. I'm the same way. I don't go to Walmart or Target during like peak hours or like Costco, because I can't stand when people don't have a plan going to the store. Like, don't meander, get what you want and get out.
Right? Whatever happened to a list?
Yeah.
Where's your list?
You just get what you want. Don't stop in front of me.
Right.
It takes me. I'm like the American sedan opposed to the Mercedes. The Mercedes will stop in 60 feet from 120 miles an hour. It takes the American car, 240 feet to stop. That's me. I don't stop easily. And I won't feel bad about knocking you down. So don't. I'll help you up. Because I'm a nice person. But if you stop in front of me and I run into you, I'm not going to feel bad about it. Yeah. That's where my, again, merging and grocery store nonsense. Now you know all my buttons. If you see me out in the world, anybody watching this, you see me out in the world, you know how to get me. You know how to piss me
Get your
off.
shit, throw it in the cart, get out of the way.
Yes, please. Or don't block. Or if you're gonna walk up to the vegetables, don't pull your cart all the way up to the vegetables. Maybe leave it a little further back, so other people can get those veggies too.
The same way.
Just
Oh, especially with the meats.
yeah.
Like there's that cut of meat. I'm like, move your cart, or I'll move it. And all of a sudden it's theirs. Like it's their freaking name. Oh, your name's Acme. Out of the way.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna get that one.
You know what? You're getting some steak too. Here, put that back. Now you work here.
Yeah. I can't stand it. I love people. I can't stand that though. Like, just get what you're gonna get and get the hell out of the way, or stand far enough back that other people can get what they want to. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. It's not that hard to be a good person.
Right? I'm gonna get like one of those sticks so I can reach.
Oh my gosh, that'd be great. You think the lady on the airplane was weirded out by you when you got to go to the bathroom when there's some guys reaching across the car?
Oh, we're playing the crane game. Yep, we're good.
Yeah, look at this.
You do you,
This is
buddy.
mine. That escalates. People start using their little extenders to pull stuff out of the people's carts.
Right? Oh man,
It's a
you did exactly what I was looking for.
It's a dangerous precedent we were all setting right now.
I'll give you your quarterback or whatever charge at the Aldi. Ding. I'll just take this one. Where does it say I can't do that?
There's no rule that says no.
It's frowned upon, but
You don't need a rule that says yes for it to be okay.
see, that's probably a good thing I don't have money, because I would find such fun in little stuff like that. Probably, it's, you know, like on the road, you create these little games that only you guys understand. And my one buddy, he go, my legs, and just collapse. You're like, oh, you all right? And he just, it's just dumb. But we just found it was so funny. He just would stretch out with the cart and be like, my legs don't work.
Yeah.
A lot of times people wouldn't care, but
Every once in a while.
yeah, you get
If I had just a god awful amount of money, I would be the guy that would be like, if you did put your cart back at the grocery store, that would ram that cart back into your vehicle. And be like, here's $1,000 for your trouble. After the fact, I would let them sweat it out for a bit. Be like, put your cart back next time.
right.
Here's $1,000 get your cart fixed.
Yeah, dude. There's a musician. I forget who it was. I don't know if it was, man. I don't even want to guess. But it was like the cart test of a civilization. Like we can't even pass it.
No,
It's just put it back. It defines you as a person.
no one's that busy. I mean, there are, like, if someone calls and said your wife's going into labor, or your mother or father are on their deathbed, or your house is on fire, yes, leave the cart. But if you came to the grocery store and you got 2 bags of shit and pushed a cart out, when you could have carried the bags, you are responsible for that cart. And we need a Batman of cart etiquette that goes around and just punishes cart criminals. Just ruins their day.
There is. He has this thing.
Where he throws it on there. I've seen that guy.
Lazy Bones.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, he took it to another level. You know, like what do you do for work? Well, I do this for work, but my passion is I go down to the local grocer and I throw magnets at people that don't put their cart back. Oh, and what do? Oh, they attack me. They attempt to.
They get really pissed off because their car is magnetic, and I knew it. Yeah. Yeah.
You better not do that, man, in my car.
Yeah. Get that off my car. Nah, man, you hop out. All the time you just wasted getting mad at me about this, you could have put your cart away. You know? Yeah, I'm getting tense thinking about it.
There's an entire rabbit hole of it's in Russia. And it's a group of people that have these stickers. They're like the single ply. They're really hard to take off. And they're huge. And they stick them on people's windshields because the people are driving on the sidewalk. And it's all like, it's incredible. Like they're pulling out grenades. It's just
Russia,
like, stop driving on the sidewalk.
Russia's
And they'd rather,
crazy.
yeah,
Russia's a different world, man.
You're right.
Putin,
You go, lazy bones.
I mean, I was worried about saying his name, and I just said it. They might come for us now. It's a crazy country. Good people, crazy country.
Right. There's a lot of states like that too.
Oh yeah.
You know, like the whole saying, like, you get called Florida man. It's not the best thing.
But, yeah. Unless you're in Florida, then it's like
A badge of honor.
yeah, good work. You're
Drew,
you're too Florida.
you don't wrestle that gator.
Too Florida from Florida. That says something. Like
Yeah, they have the spotlight for that. It's funny is I remember the first time I went to Texas, and I was like, "Where's all the Texas stuff?" I was really looking around, and a lot of stuff in Texas is new, which I'm from the Northeast. A lot of this stuff's old, and I'm like, man, look at these highways. I'm like, man, ours are like falling into the river.
Well,
they were obsolete the day they were made.
I-35 has been in construction since it was created. Man, I-35 is the worst place to drive in the world. Like, it shouldn't take you 2 hours to go from New Braunfels to Austin. It's a 35-minute drive. But depending on what time of day, that 6-lane highway, each direction, is packed.
It's crazy.
No one's merging. They're not letting people merge.
Let them merge.
Let them merge. I just want you to merge. Oh, man. Get me all riled up about the real world.
Oh, you're going to like go out today, get an altercation, and be like, I was on a podcast today.
You understand it. It's not
I'm very
you.
sensitive to these issues right now.
I would avoid the
Put
grocery
that
store now.
goddamn turnip in the cart.
Right? Just put your card away, America. If you take anything away from this podcast, listen to my music and put your card away. That's all I ask.
There you go. That's if you're a fan of Drew Cooper's music and you want him to be a fan of you, this is two simple rules.
Listen to my music, put the card away, and we'll be friends.
Also, I would love if someone would bring a shopping cart to one of Drew's shows.
Oh, I'm going to put this out here right now. If you bring a shopping cart to one of my shows, the first person who brings the cart inside, who gets through the door with a cart, gets a free shirt and hat for the merch booth.
We heard you. This triggers you. Oh, you never know. Like they always say, like if you want access to any point, carry your ladder in. I imagine it would be a confusion would overcome the mind of there has to be a reason why this person has a car.
They'd probably get into the show for free too, because they wouldn't know what to do at the door. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, go ahead." Obviously, they're here for some reason. They brought a cart. Like they're obviously official.
I did better than put it back, Drew. I took it.
I brought it here for you.
For you. Oh.
Yeah. I mean, we need new gear. We need new gear, but we don't need new shopping carts. But then again, I've never tried to use shopping carts for any kind of gear. It may be the perfect piece of gear. I don't know.
Right? Yeah. You probably wheel a couple combo amps.
Oh, yeah. A bass rig. And then you can put the guitars underneath on the bottom.
Oh, yeah. Don't ignore the bottom.
Put your mics in the car seat area. Just the amount of work you can get going to get done.
And they're abundant.
Yeah. If they're No one puts it back. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
It's like I have one of those squeegees from at the gas station to clean your windows. I remember my buddy's like, I didn't know they actually sell them. I was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, they sell those.
Yeah,
Where'd you get it? That's the store. Which one? The one.
the one that doesn't have one anymore.
Yeah. I got it at the gas station.
Yeah. The guy wouldn't give me, it was like 50 cents. I was like, hey, man, I wanted to get air in my car, and it ripped me off. And the guy said, well, you can write a letter to the company. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm not going to do that. Do you have a stamp? I don't have a stamp. So, yeah. 2 wrongs.
But now you have a clean windshield. That's all that counts.
All the time.
All the time. 24/7.
It's fantastic.
All you need is a water bottle, and you're good to go.
Right? And hey, all else fails, I'll be at the intersections making some of that extra money.
Hey, man,
gas
prices just keep going up.
Hey, sir. How you doing today? Get off my car.
I could have sworn I saw you on a podcast. Yeah, that's me.
I need that money. But yeah, man, we've been talking for like an hour and 40 minutes.
We haven't had
Is there
fun.
anything?
No fun was had.
Is there anything we missed? I feel like we missed a lot.
Man, well, that means we'll just have to do it again.
Yeah.
I just love making music. And I'm really proud of the album that came out. And just want more people to hear it, That's always been my goal.
Definitely. And like I said, man, this is the kind of music that just needs an earshot to be put in front of somebody. And people that are familiar with the scene and the sounds are going to be like, hell yeah. Because the more I listened to it, I was like, why haven't I listened to more of this? Because I did your one song, and I liked it. And that's kind of back where I was like, all right, I did Drew, and let me just space it out. So it's still kind of fresh when I listen to it again. But, prior to doing the podcast, I really sat down with the albums. And I'm like, hell yeah, because there's so much diversity in your music where, man, you're going to hear like the cool atmospheric songs. You're going to hear the ballads and the deep songs that are going to make you think and make you feel. And then there's the straight ones where you're like, I bet this one's fun live.
Yeah.
Where I bet the crowd gets into this.
Yeah. Easy Girls is the fun one live.
This came out of left field for me because it came right after one. And I was like, dude, I bet you the crowd, there's people waiting.
Oh yeah,
for that.
I mean, that's the sing along. I mean, that's not the sing along, but that's the sing back song. That's the song where people sing back. I have a couple of those. I've gotten real lucky that, we get little bits and pieces get added to the song as it goes along, and Easy Girls is. I wrote that as a joke. Like, again, I told you I used to be really down on top 40 music because it was always the same themes of, back roads, whiskey. I'm going to name drop Willie Nelson, Waylon Jennings, and I'm going to talk about my truck, and I'm going to talk about bonfires, and I'm going to talk about how I go to church. And so I wrote that song as a joke. Like, I was shitting on top 40 music. And then the joke's been on me, man. I play that song every night now.
Yeah.
Hey,
guys, they want the song.
Years ago, someone tried to buy it from me, and I never sold it. And I was like they wanted to buy it outright. It was Toby Keith. I was doing some tours with him. I think I did like 6 shows with him in a row. And at the end of the run, he took me out to, we were playing in Laughlin. He took me over to the casino, got me a really nice bottle of whiskey, and sat there. And he had a whole area of blackjack tables cordoned off for him and his group, his band and everybody. And he's like, come play some blackjack. And I'm like, dude, you're playing $1,000 hands, and you made $500,000 a night. I made $2,000 a night. I can't risk it on 2 hands. He's like, man, here you go. Put some chips in front of me. He's like, if you win, you keep what you win. if you lose, don't worry about it. Like he was super cool, and him and I tied one on, and I did it in the '90s. Like I want to buy this song from you. I'm like, just record it. I don't want to sell the song. Just record it. He's like, nope. I either want to own it or not, or I'm not going to do anything with it. And he explained
Huh.
why, and he had valid reasons. You know, he had been burned by a couple guys he'd just signed to his label of songwriters, and so like, I mean, it was a great experience. He was always great to me and super kind, but you know, that was the first song that anyone really offered to buy from me, and I said no. And now I look back, I'm like, I'm happy I didn't, but maybe I should have. I don't know, kind of thing. But here
You
we are.
could have went either way.
Oh yeah, it could have been.
It,
It could have been a
great
smash.
story.
Yeah, I mean, it was really cool. He actually took the time to figure out what kind of whiskey I drink, and got me like the highest end version of that whiskey. And it was
Huh.
like, wow, you took time, or you had someone take the time. But either way, the whiskey
Right.
that he got us was super hard to come by. And he got me a bottle, and he got my band a bottle. He's like, your band could open their bottle once you and I drink your bottle. And I'm like, all right, let's go. It made for a rough morning,
Right.
but well worth it. A really fantastic memory to have. So,
That's cool.
but yeah, I try to write songs that are relatable and move and aren't the same sound all the time. And I don't want to make the same album over and over and over again.
Definitely.
I try to visit new themes. I try to visit new sounds, and um, you know, we recorded the first two full length albums at the 606, which is the Foo Fighters studio in LA, and then I recorded my first EP with Mitch Dane and Vance Powell out in Nashville, and then I recorded this last album with Adam Oder uh, in San Marcos
Yellow Dog.
at Yellow Dog, and it was what a great experience. You know, every album I've made, I've enjoyed the experience. Um, Adam's the way he approaches music, though, his input on songwriting is just fantastic. So it's it's a really cool experience with him all the time. He just looks at things with
Nice.
such a different point of view. So, yeah, and I really think this album's the best songwriting I've got my hands on. Um, you know, we always do mainly originals, and then we always throw a cover on. And Let It Go was the cover we put on this one. Of course, my brain just went absolutely flat with who wrote it. One of my favorite songwriters too. Now I feel like an idiot. It'll come to me. But we did that, and then, you know, we did the previous album. We did a John Prine song, and so it's a really great. It's really great making music. It's just the best job in the world. Next to being a parent, yeah, it's the best job in the world.
Yeah. I don't have any kids, but I love playing music.
Yeah,
I love listening to it. I love doing the podcast. It, it's music.
it is.
I love talking about it and listening to it, finding out how people make it, their thoughts process behind it, all of it. It's been very
I
fun.
love listening to how people write, what inspires them to write. Like, or I also love podcasts because they'll give you an insight to people's. This is, you know, I've watched your podcast for a long time, and I've watched a bunch of other podcasts, and you kind of get a taste for who that person is, and if you'd actually want to spend time with them. And I think that's, you know, like you said a minute ago, like, I feel like we missed a lot. Did we? Or did we just get a chance to really have people figure out who we are, like, and how we function in the world? Because connection is what this is about. Like, music's about connection. So, I don't know. Man, like, I think any good conversation, whether it's about your music or not, serves a purpose. And the fact that we are able to use music to start that conversation is just icing on the cake. You know, because
Definitely.
think about it. You're in You're on the East Coast. I'm in Arizona. What are the odds that we talk to each other without music?
Right.
Without music or music festivals? Amen. God knows how it happens, or if it happens. But how cool is it that because of music it happened? So
Yeah. When you think about it that way, it is. It's been a very interesting path, especially for me coming from. I didn't wear any other color pants other than black for years. 'Cause, like people in high school, like they called me a bunch of things, but a lot of people called me Slayer. I had every single Slayer shirt ever. I remember I just gave them all away. I'm like, I think I'm scaring all the girls away. Then the long hair, and the chains, and the leather jacket, and, music just.
yeah, but
What band you listen to? Cannibal Corpse.
what's crazy is now though those bands are actually more prevalent in the zeitgeist than they were when they were quote unquote popular. People's
Right.
people's mindsets are open. So I got lucky enough when we were on tour. I say this, I got lucky enough to have a show cancel on us the Friday night that Ragweed was at Red Rocks. Right? So I got a couple of tickets given to me and then I bought the band tickets. So we all went to go see Ragweed at Red Rocks. And it was with Smoke and Oaks and Waves in April. Now, if you follow Cody the way I follow Cody, his when he goes live, it pops up on my feed, and he get the week before the show is like, hey guys, Smoking Oaks and Waves in April are open for us this weekend. Waves is not a red dirt band, like just a heads up. They're not. They're a great band. They're musically they're fantastic. They're just not red dirt, right? And still, someone took the time to post. I don't know how this booking happened. It must have been a mistake. But next time, try to play with bands within your genre. I don't think that fits anymore. I think bands should play with bands out of their genre. Dwight Yoakam did it back in the day. Did you ever read those stories about Dwight Yoakam opening for like metal bands and hip hop bands in LA? I think this is what this is now. It's just, there's no one listens to one thing. Everyone listens to everything now. That's the only upside to fucking Spotify to me is, besides the artist getting screwed,
Yeah.
it's opened the doors to so many new fans of music people would have never given a chance. So now there's my TED Talk. There's my actual TED Talk for the day.
There you go. I agree.
Put your cards away.
Cody.
Listen to everything. Oh man, the sad part is I actually do have a TED Talk. I gave a TED Talk years ago, which
Oh, really?
yeah, someone thought I had something to say, and I was like, okay, cool. And you go through this whole process of writing down this huge speech, right? And I just winged it. I couldn't remember any of it, so I just made all the shit up as I went along.
Yeah.
And
Dude, I have tons of notes here, and I never read any of them, ever. And I put thought into them.
Yeah, you're like, oh, this would be really cool to talk about. No, we're going to talk about this, and then you kind of you go all the way over here, and you're like, how do I get back to this? Nah, we're still over here.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, we didn't.
Look, if you got throw some questions at me, I'll answer anything. I'm ready.
Yeah, man, now I'm like, what I was gonna say, like Cody Jinks opened up for Five Finger Death Punch.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, Waves and April, I love those guys. One of the most rock star moments I've ever had is Cody Canada asked if I would take a picture with Waves in April. I was like, he's like, yeah, can I take a picture with you guys? And I remember took the picture, I shared it, and I remember Rhonda and Jerry, they were my first like red dirt tutors of. They were like, listen, here's some rules. Here's some things just don't do. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, look at you. Cody Canada's taking your picture. I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but hey, I'm loving it.
Keep doing it.
Yeah. I'm like, I was like speechless. The fact that, it's just come around the corner and, there's Cody and Tanner Ustry and they're like, hey, what's up? What's up, Patrick? Which it is funny because not a lot of people know my first name. And I remember Tanner was like, did you make it into the show? Because he was like, I got you. You're on the list. And I'm like, why is that, Tanner? You don't know my first name, do you? Because a lot of people are like, when I go to like the will call and I'll say my name. And they're like, oh, we don't have nothing for that. I'm like, try country versus metal.
They're like, oh.
That's probably how he knows me. It's just like, well, because that was kind of like Soul Gravy does a great point. Like people are like, what's his real name? I'm like, I'm not telling you. It's the whole point of Soul Gravy.
Yeah, he was.
But his anonymity is so much better than mine. Like the first time I was on a podcast, the guy's like, just have a couple of drinks, relax. And I got like blacked out drunk. I was like all nasally and screaming. And just like, the guy's like, holy shit, dude. I'm like, because they were all mountain time. And he's like, have another couple of drinks. We're not ready. Loosen up. Have a couple more. Have a couple more. And I'm just sitting there like, oh. Man, I went on I was like, they're like, what's the one thing that surprised you the most? I said, well, with more fans or followers, the more people want to see you fail or be in a position where they can hurt you. Because I went on live because it was me and my dog who just been ran over by a car. I needed somebody to talk to. And boy, going on live was the worst decision because the people were waiting for me to be vulnerable. And I was just like, I don't know if you ever seen Jane Silent Bob, where they got the screen names and the addresses. I was to the point where I was like, if I had money, and here I am. Like,
here's the thing, though. That's how you know. I hate to say it. That's how you know you're doing well. Like people doing better than you will never punch down, and people doing worse than you, or they feel like they're doing worse than you, will always try to drag you back down. So take that as a compliment. If someone took the time to be,
I did learn to. It just was a shock the first time you experience it. And you're just like, man, here I thought everything was good and happy in the world, and you just. It was a little bummer.
Not to be a negative on my own hometown scene, but I think every scene has it where there's just some people who are shit talkers, and they do it for a while. They realize no one cares. Eventually, they stop and they get over it. And those will be the first people that ask you for help. So, I think wear that as a badge of honor. Where's the badge of honor, man? Oh, I mean, and when it goes going back to Waves, I was at their very first show ever. Actually, I think it was Departed, Waves, and me. And I was like a last minute ad because I was just close by. I needed a gig. And I watched them play. And watching them at Red Rocks 2 weeks ago was just, it made my heart so happy to see those kids do what they did and do it well. I mean, realistically, both those bands have the opportunity to skate. Smoking Oaks, Waves, they have the opportunity to skate. They don't. They all work very, very hard, and they are all trying to be separate of what their family has done, which I think is fantastic. So, I couldn't be more proud of those. Well, the whole band, but the boys especially, watching them just grow as musicians and humans.
Definitely, that had to be like a really awesome experience. I've never been to Red Rocks.
I told myself I would never go unless I played there, or Ragweed got back together and played there. And I said that out loud to my wife 10 years ago. And she's like, well, one of your two criteria was met. So looks like you're going. I'm like, it looks like I'm going. So yeah, it was great. Fantastic night. You know, fantastic night. Just so cool to hear. It's always cool to hear your favorite band or bands in a venue that is iconic like that. So
Uh, it's a night both sides of the stage are going to remember forever.
oh yeah, that's the best way to put it. That's exactly the way to put it. That's such a good way to look at it. Like it was a memory for everybody. There wasn't someone that walked away that didn't feel moved by it on either side. That's fantastic. That's the best way to put it.
Just man, scenic from the whole. Like you're in the middle of the earth, pretty much in a natural auditorium, and just probably just like you probably can't explain how the sound hits those rocks and reverberates, and just from a picture. And I love the pictures where the photographer is like crouched down and the band is facing like the drum kit, and you just see the people just stacked up vertically. Yeah. And just to see, I couldn't imagine just it's a sea of people. The only way to, if you have stage fright, the only would be to look at your own shoes, because other than that, it's just, man, what a great place. One day, I'll have to.
You're just gonna have to
get there.
Yeah, just fly to Denver, book a couple days before, and book yourself a day afterwards to stay there. Denver's a cool town. Such a great town. I enjoy Denver.
Yeah, I've never been.
Oh, it's
I'm gonna
cool
check
town.
that out.
Great music scene. So many things to do. Phenomenal restaurants. Shameless plug. My buddy Brendan Bailey's a chef out there, so he's always working different concepts all the time. So every time I go out, I get fed like a king. Not that I need help eating, but fed like a king. So
can't beat that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Just cool town. So, is there anything you want to know from me though?
I think we covered.
I'm a Gemini. I like oddly colored shoes. I don't know, man. We've talked about all the weird things about me. That's all I had left. But
I'm a Gemini.
Yeah, I'm crazy.
That's funny.
But no,
man, I appreciate you taking time out in your night or day. Like as Steve was telling me, you're 3 hours behind.
Yeah.
Time zones like meld our mind. So I was like, okay, Drew's in the past and I'm in the future.
I am.
I got it.
Everyone's gonna love this, by the way. I've already heard good things.
Oh man, because he'll tell me like 10 a.m. is the release, and I'll do it. He's like, 11 your time. We're like, oh, we still haven't got a whole thing. I can't tell you a bunch of the first podcast. I'm sitting here for like an hour by myself. Like, where? Central Time. Oops.
But hey, man, you're ready. You're ready to go.
This is sitting there like, already need the bathroom. Let's do this. Like, all right, hold on. Let me cross my legs.
Back
Let's
in
go.
5 minutes.
Yeah, man. Hold on. That's happened.
Yeah, that's great.
But yeah, man, I appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks.
Sitting down and talking.
Thanks for having me. I had a great time. And I like the fact we got to talk about a bunch of other things that people can kind of see the insight to the process.
Definitely.
Because, you do a podcast, you'd ask a lot of the same questions a lot of the time. And people are able to get insight into what you do, but not who you are always. So I appreciate it. I had a blast today.
Yeah, dude, we got to do it again.
Yeah, even if it's not recorded or online, man, I'll just hop on and talk to you. We could sit and talk about our road rage issues and
yeah, come for each other.
We'll start a little 12-step program about road rage.
Right? Yeah. The 12 step.
Step 1,
Yeah.
get out of my way.
Hammer down.
Step 2,
Yeah.
I'm accelerating. Step 3, it's your fault.
Yeah, right? Accept no blame
Step
for anything.
Step 4, repeat steps 1 through 4 one more time.
There is no traffic. It's a mirage. This road is yours.
This road is yours. You are an unstoppable force. Oh, man.
Yeah, if it was up to me, I'd be riding around like Mel Gibson, the Road Warrior.
Oh, I think he was the worst driver in Lethal Weapon. He was a little more aggressive than Lethal Weapon. See, everyone thinks Road Warrior, but dude, he was crazy in Lethal Weapon.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, all of them. He never calmed down.
Yeah, he was the hero for so long. He slowly became the villain.
Yeah, man, his poor shoulder. Every time. There's a surgery for that. He probably had great health insurance at the time, and he probably still has great health insurance as a character.
Yeah, it's probably nationalized.
Yeah, and his pension had to be crazy good. He could have retired early. No one talks about that. No one talks about the kind of hero he was, that he hung around a little bit longer.
Oh, that's funny.
That's a good movie.
Yeah. Oh, I'll have to throw that on the rewatch list. Timeless classic.
Well, man, I appreciate you so much. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. I had a good time. Like I said, we'll do it again. If you ever have something coming out, or like I said, just want to hop on.
We're already working on new music, so
nice. So hell yeah, we got new music in the tank, and we got a new pod.
That's right.
New podcast brewing. So we'll have to go out and make more stories so we can talk about different stuff.
Yeah. So I'll go find more things that piss me off, and I'll be ready.
Right. Yeah. I found more things. I started to look at life differently. It turns out I hate so much more than previously found out.
I'm just gonna make a Rage Against the Machine album next time out. That's it.
Yeah.
Just gonna do Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah. Grab your wah and the whammy pedal. Let's do this.
Right?
Who's angry?
I am.
Yeah, we're angry. We're gonna film it. We're gonna film it in this grocery store live.
Oh my gosh. I'd meet you somewhere to do a podcast live in a grocery store, or just in the parking lot. And all we do,
beat it, buddy.
All we do is
With the car.
yeah, you, every 5 minutes, just you and I getting up and chasing someone with they put their car away.
Pick one guy in the store and just follow him.
Ask him questions, see how he responds.
Observe his habits, and are they up to our expectations?
Our standards.
Their standards.
Oh,
that would be funny. But hell yeah, man. Oh yeah. Well, this isn't goodbye, Drew.
This isn't goodbye. It's until next time.
Until next time. But yeah, man. You enjoy the rest of your night.
Thanks, brother.
I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, we'll talk soon.
Thanks, man.